Up at the very start there, trying to open things the best he can, but look at the aggression coming from the CT here. Stewie to defend and missing the shots. Certainly a player that's been stifled since he joined SK. He's gone from big superstar potential to looking quite average since joining SK Gaming, I would say. Which is a shame.
Well, and I agree with what they said on the desk. I think part of the reason they were forced to make the change with Taco is because they were so set on getting Simple and Flamey brought over, and they'd kind of shot themselves in the foot. That fell through. Taco had already signed with Liquid at that point in time, and he'd realized that he was not necessarily as wanted as he'd hoped to be. And then suddenly they were left scrambling. They grabbed Stewie. They switched from Portuguese to English, and for the first time, they're not an all-Brazilian lineup, even though they are indeed made in Brazil. Fur and Fallen get 2 shots. Engine and Major to able to take the shots down, and Zantaras wants to work back in. Bombs planted. No kit in the hands of anyone that is alive. I'll buy some time, obviously, for SK. Pop flash out toward the tree. Deters the retake further. Paz starts it off. It's Bolts that's underneath. Of having good shot from Paz because Bolts is left on just 18 HP. He's done further damage, but my goodness, look at the retake. It's all good until Gold has to step in line, and Calyx finds that shot as well.
Wow, that was quite impressive from Space Soldier.
Play off of Engine. He looks to be composing himself back outside of Z Connector, perhaps looking to try and flash himself back in, but then he runs into Cold Zero. That's not what you want to do. The 1 AK starting off the frags for SK, and Stewie will go back over toward the door, smoke off towards Z Connector, and you mentioned it as well, that little bit of damage onto Zantaras will certainly hold him at bay. In fact, he rotates all the way to the top of Highway.
Well, here we go. The A-Pins are coming through. It's all about Stewie trying to take the aggro away as his teammates make their way towards short. 25 seconds now. Can't really mess around too much longer. Major, he's towards the quad. Here goes the final equipment. I dare say it might be a little bit too late for SK. It looks like Space Soldiers have already repositioned, and there's the first kill from Zantaras, but even better from Cold Zera. All down to Major now, 10 seconds remaining. That bomb still nowhere near the side map. Needs to be recovered. 5 seconds. Needs to be rebooting 4 for the plant to come through, and I'm sure it came in the very last second. I think they're okay. We'll see. Indeed, they are 4 versus 2 now. Remember, this is the force buy in the second round as Fur pushes towards the truck. It's now 3 versus 1. Paz probably going to go for it. He knows his team needs this, but it's very unlikely he went around. Good positioning so far from SK, and Cold Zera with 3 kills in the round.
Went the way of Space Soldiers. They were unsuccessful in adding totals to that, but now we get to first guns. Anytime they seem level with SK, they seem certainly to be in the rounds. As Calyx still holds inside of the vent as well. He knows they've gone inside of B. He's just waiting for the rotations of his teammate. No one going through checker. That is going to be so frustrating for him, because he had position and he had the angle. He still may get the kill as he puts Cold extremely low. Not a kill at all from SK thus far in the round. And it doesn't even look like they're going to find. Okay, fair enough. Fallen gets 1. Dinked in the process, but 3-2.
Yeah, well done.
Major falls back. Flashes through. He's aware that they're pushing that position. Only good for 1. Cold's able to trade it back, but so too is Calyx, as he slides out with the M4. Fallen, meanwhile, trying to get the AWP shots off. Can't land anything as of yet. So Major down early. No AWP left on the CT side. Fallen's going to have to try and level the score because of that trade and the success in finding it toward the checker room. Leaves SK on the back foot once again. Smoke out late toward A main. I say late, we're at a minute just under to play in the round, and typically speaking that comes out early, but this is starting to bleed out the CTs, and as that dissipates, they thought they were safe to transfer over to the corner. Fallen, they'll think he was there the whole time, given how quickly he found the position. What an entry from Bolts, and Fur to find Engine at middle. Suddenly the round turns. Great recovery from SK.
Really nice shot there from Bolts, and Zantaras, he's no easy character to 1v1 with in that kind of situation. He knows you're coming. Yeah.
You're like most girls I know, you're never wrong.
That's quite true, but let's not get into that for now.
Calyx, good find. He was there last time as well, remember, but the vent never got blown out because they never went toward him. He had to wait to try and re-enter the site. Gets 1 early, and SK are going to struggle. They go deep towards CT to hold off the rotations. Zantaras manages to at least get 1 kill. That leaves the advantage with Space Soldiers as they arrive back on the B site. 2 kits, 4 members, and 3 to defend as Major gets desperate with the AWP and tries to fire through the garage door. Molotov will hold off their attempt of going toward heaven as well. And remember, that Molotov takes away the chance for the boost because it will expand, or rather spread, all the way to the ramp. This is buying a lot of time. I did mention there's 2 kits, so they've got a little bit to work with, but they they've got to go now. And from the smoke comes Stewie, because they had no idea he was still inside of it. Patience prevails. As Paz swings back, Stewie finds his 4th in the round.
Decent. Paz will be waiting now, but the smoke in front of his position means that he's going to be leaving his teammate out to dry. That's Zantares, and the second kill comes in as well, but Paz can save this. There's the first. Can he get anything more done? Low HP, and Stewie finds him. It's up to Calix now. The last line of defense on the A side, and Fur knows it, but the tunnel vision lets him down. 2 versus 1. Major don't know exactly where he is. He got that first kill on towards Fur. They've got time to go for a nice plant here. Not ideal. That plant can be a little bit troublesome if you're playing towards the A main area. Means you can fully defuse behind the bomb side boxes, but at least it was safe.
Speaking of A main as well, that's where Major's going to rotate in from. He's gone with the M4. He's immediately met by Fallen, so 7 to...
Vents needs to be careful. He knows the Molotovs can land in that area. That's why he holds the smoke out just like that. And we just missed it, but that's exactly what happened. The Molotov landed in the vent. He smokes it out. And now he has to try and use the little gap he's got to try and survive. The cold Zera sprays him down. Luckily, Engine Z that needs more than one. Not going to get it. Fur maintains the man advantage here, and Zantares presumably gets his next kill. Not going to happen, though. Cold Zera makes it a 3 versus 1, and Calix, like we said, not really known to be an AWP. He'll be struggling from the B-bomb side. Probably gets this kill after spotting the shoulder of poor old Cold Zera, but he's fallen back, and that's going to be the round.
Yeah, round done. Just trying.
First kill, certainly gets it, and Paz drops. He's had a rough game so far. Sometimes the only simple approaches are the most effective, Matt. You didn't really see that coming. They've been running defaults all game, pretty much. Going through the smoke, one flashbang. He got so much power here on the SK side in terms of raw AK aim. As they find the first 2 kills, like we said, that reset potential just too strong for Space Soldiers. They can't even attempt the retake here. They need to save these 3 rifles, and of course one of those is the AWP. Engine. He'll be there in T-spawn, 3 frags to his name as Major. Finds one more, but that's just going to provide a bit of a cue for SK to go for the hunt here, because you can see Engine wants to guarantee he gets all of these kills, but only going to find 1.
It's always fun to see. Playing with your food before you eat it.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, back waiting for his teammates to get in position. It's Paz who's only got the UMP, remember. The AWP is actually in the B side, so these UMPs have to defend a lot at the A side. If the AWP was here, I'd say maybe it's possible. But Stewie starts to dismember the CT side, but there is still life here as 3 kills come in out of nowhere, and the round goes in favor of Space Soldiers.
Brasileira em direção ao site Space Soldiers. O Fê e o Boltz precisam se defender. O Boltz procurou, não viu ninguém. O Paz já levou o Fê. Olha o Boltão agora. Não leva ninguém também. E aí, complicou. Azedou demais o round. Vai precisar de um excelente trabalho de pistola aqui. O Fallen tá indo pelos 1000 aqui, né? Não era tão normal do Fallen, enquanto o Cruzeiro já busca os Chantares. Falenzão abre agora o Pixel procurando o adversário. O Medias se esconde completamente aqui na empilhadeira. Muito bem posicionado. Mas o Stewie atropela ele. Olha o Fallen castigado, mas nossa, não ficou por isso mesmo. Caiu mais um. E o Cold sozinho no mundo. Já levou o primeiro, mas tem um nas costas que não vai esperar o Cold. É o Paz.
But from the sunroom, they'll throw the smokes. Molotov to be bounced as well. A couple different ways of doing that. That one went off the skybox and lands close side triple box. You can also, as we saw, very cleverly thrown on Star Ladder, you can bounce it off the light post on the outside of the fence to do the same thing, but it's still going to be Space Soldiers holding onto the site effectively. That one Molotov did not move them far enough at all. And kills going their way means Zantares will plant the bomb as Fur and bolts to try and pull it back, and Paz goes aggressive. We're going to get first pistol, first gun, but this time it's all the rounds in between as well.
Absolutely so. Great.
Set and ready. Certainly leaves vulnerability for the hold if they try and execute in that moment. He's gotten back toward the the forklift. And who's they're getting in? Good first shot, but he was slightly beyond as Paz was able to spot him. Bolts good 2 frags, but Major answers that with perhaps 2 that are even better given his distance down highway. That'll open up the site once more. Stewie toward the truck is going to get encroached upon by Major. Closer and closer, and a perfect headshot. Again, he's got 3 kills in this round, and if they win this, it would be first pistol, or rather, excuse me, the pistol, second pistol. Good nade from Cold.
Yeah, denies
30
the bomb.
seconds. I was going to say first gun, and then the subsequent buy afterward to bring us within 1. This is a huge round for SK to try and pull back as that nade drops the bomb. But the round still went the way of Space Soldiers. Just to clarify, as we snap to a replay too soon, they actually got the kill on Cold, and we were at 11 to 10.
It was Alex waiting by the smoke. Oh my goodness, that grenade that has hit them though. There's been so much damage inflicted, but still the opening kill goes in favor of the Space Soldiers. Bolts waits by the quad, but he's got so much utility heading his direction. Can't find any kills. Lots of work being done by SK, but finally they post their first frag. Flashbang through. Stewie needs to get another kill here, but they're just going in one by one, and this is falling apart.
Yeah, double up at this point. Good luck. This is incredible. Space Soldiers are...
Got 5 players around there. If he pulls one kill back in their favor, that's still going to be a trade. Doesn't get a single kill. What on earth is going on here? SK are getting completely destroyed by the AK prowess of Space Soldiers.
The op goes down early. B site wide open again. Good find from Fallen, reading that engine was up on top of the box, but Molotov will force him forward. He manages a kill and gets away, so might be something in this still. He has to hold back toward the garage again. They fire through and hope that they'll catch some of the boxes, but in doing that, perhaps all he can do is confirm that it's more clear for Fur to work through on a retake. He has to enter from the vents. Molotov is only going to extinguish now as bomb is planted, and Zantares has to hold. He should do with the AK in this position, surely, but SK's got to give this a go. They can't concede 14. Not while they're still on 11. Oh, good lineup, good timing from Fur. It's all down to Paz, and finally SK with a chance in it. However, it's a 2 versus 1, and Fallen on 6 HP has to go aggressive. Good find. Fur gets all 3. Is there time enough on the bomb? There's a kit for Fallen, but Fur's the one on. Okay, excuse me. Fur's got a kit as well, so they should be fine.
They will be fine. It's the first round they've posted here on the second.
Well for them. That's a position on the map that they've been struggling to control. Oh, Stewie. He was blinded, didn't see it. He's standing in the open. He's got nowhere to hide. Calyx actually shoots Major that was behind him, but that's the only kill that goes in the favor of SK, and it's not even dealt from one of their guns as Fallen wants to hold for the bomb to cross. Smoked off, and you may have called it. This might be the reset.
They have to save their weapons here. They can't even go for this. Like, the retake probably possible, but they can win this with the pistols, the FAMASs, the AWP. That would be great. Bolts might offer himself up a free here. I'm not sure why he goes to that solo play with a FAMAS. Not worth. You've given up that man advantage you have. Let them come to you, surely.
Sandieri down at the doorway. Fur gets high up on the boxes. Already boosted up, has position on Zantares, slides out to find a double. That'll take engine and the bomb as well, and SK do get the round back.
This prospect, Fallen will fall back and allow coldzera to push by himself, but Zantares gets a scrappy kill, but a kill nonetheless. coldzera, though, commits to the full spray. I think he got dropped at this point, indeed. He really did fluff his lines with that one. That was 2 kills, certainly. Fallen, he does it again through the flames and maintains a 3 versus 3.
Brilliant from Fallen. Certainly risk reward. He pulls it off. Paz still toward the door. 3 versus 3, as you say, and they've got to rotate back toward the A side. Only one directly inside of it. And that, of course, the rifle of bolts. Playing behind the forklift. Easy to distill that with utility. Door open. He's not able to spot that. He's going to have to be very careful of his positioning. And he knows as well that highway is a threat, so Stewie's going to try and get toward truck to at least help cover that off. Bolts can't move. He has to hold this angle, and Zantares is absolutely going to go into a duel with him. Good flash. Somehow, Stewie comes out in the nick of time to save it, but Calyx from range. Bolts goes down, and we leave ourselves on Fallen with the AWP, and he's rotating through useless a long way away. They'll get the bomb plant with 6 seconds on the clock.
Fallen, 19 HP. Bomb has been planted. Calyx 37, but the HP not really a factor here when he's got the AWP. Fallen might just have to save this to try and force that overtime. You can see the money once again incredibly low. Fallen less than $200. Bolts 500 for 1,000. He either has to go all in for this round or definitely save the AWP. He's hoping a mistake is made here, but the time just ticking away. It's too far gone. It's going to be map point for Space Soldiers. Stalls, but coldzera pulls 1 kill back, but gives up his position in the process. Can he find anything more? It looks like we're all done here. 3 versus 2 with MP9s, UMPs on the retake, and who would have thought at 11-4 at half that Space Soldiers would come back into this one and win 16-13. That's looking like an absolute lock-in at this point. And SK, they fall flat in the second half map.
Unbelievably flat. I mean, at the start that they had, the way that they recovered, everything looked so good, and then this is appalling. As we sit and wait, essentially, at this point for the end, Fur and Bolts trying to find a way inside of the site. They've got smoked, and they've got Zantares, who finds the gap in it. Flash out, Bolts. Just run for it, man. Just go for it.
Get in there.
Get it over with. Zantares confirms it, 16-13.